Good evening, everyone. Welcome. And we're going to talk about today musical theater. Starting off with one of my favorite shows from musical theater, Cinderella. Cinderella is a wonderful show. Also, this outfit I'm wearing could also be from a show called Peter Pan. I hope to audition for Peter Pan. If not, this coat is basically useless except for my collection. Anyway, to get into the musical theater aspect of the show, tonight I'm going to talk about the history of musical theater. It all started back in ancient Greece. Ancient Greece performed shows with singing and dancing. Well, they did a little bit of singing and dancing in every show. They did shows from myths to heroes. I prefer the hero shows myself if I could have seen one. Then we fast forward a little bit into the 1800s. In the 1800s, from Gilbert and Sullivan, they did The Pirates of Penzance. The Pirates of Penzance was a show about an operetta. An operetta is a short but funny opera. Operas are also popular with Gilbert and Sullivan. Then fast forward a little bit more to the 1900s with Gershwin, Porter, and Rodgers and Hammerstein. They did shows in the 1900s like Oklahoma and The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music was also a very good show. Then fast forward a little bit more to Broadway. Broadway did a show in the 1900s, which was their first show ever. One of their first shows ever. It was The Black Crook in 1866. That was a very long show. I looked it up, and that show was ran for 5 hours and 30 minutes. They did do a rewrite of that show. Now it only lasts 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's not as bad as what it was. So now, we're going to fast forward a little bit more into the 1900s, where musical theater is now one of the most powerful acting and singing platforms of America. In America in the 1900s, people loved musical theater. At least all the women did. Most guys still don't like it today. Some do, but some don't. Most likely they don't. I'm on the side that does. They have great shows like Dear Evan Hansen. That was one of the earlier shows that we have done. One of the latest shows. On Dear Evan Hansen, they actually put the words up on the wall from any text messages or emails that Evan sends. And they have a whole song called Dear Evan Hansen. I'm sure you guys have all heard that song. And then they have other shows like Chicago, West Side Story, and tons more. The theater is more than just shows, though. They come with lights, costumes, and set designs. Some of my favorite set designs have been from a show that I did in high school called Zoozicle the Musical. They had a very colorful background. I love that set. I wish I could have took it home, but my mom said I could not. It would not fit in my room. So, with other shows they did Mamma Mia, My. They've also done Hamilton. Hamilton has been one of the greatest shows, I think, in Broadway history. One of my friends, J.J. Jimmy Jeter, has played almost every single character in Hamilton to this day. I've asked him for tickets, he said no. But it's okay. Other shows they have done, like Hamilton, go back to Hamilton for a second. Hamilton, I forgot to mention this, Hamilton is one of the better shows because it has a hip-hop thing, but also teaches us as history, like I'm trying to teach you guys tonight. Other shows they have also done, Oklahoma, Sound of Music, The Music Man. The Music Man is an awesome show. The Music Man stars a great man of music, of dance. Other shows, like Aladdin, Willy Wonka, Seussical. They are all wonderful shows. I hope you all learned something about musical theater tonight, and I hope you all, next time you guys go to see a show, I hope you'll remember the history of musical theater. It is a broad history of musical theater. Musical theater is one of, if not the best performing art that I know of. I love musical theater. Let's talk some more about my costumes tonight. Like this right here, it is from a show that I hope to do of Aladdin, no, not Aladdin, the Peter Pan. I have Aladdin on the brain, I don't know why. I want to play Genie, I think. Other costumes I have are like, I'm a prince from foreign lands. Other shows are like this. The Music Man. The Music Man. And the words for the wagon should be coming to town. I hope you all have a wonderful night and learned a lot about musical history. Thank you.
Good job. Good.